Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert. Today it's time for a plugin review. Now this one came across my bowels the other day. It's from our friends at Drumforge, those who make the amazing drum sample library. This is called DF or Drumforge XCITE. It's a kind of innocuous little plugin, but has really a lot of power behind it. What it is a multi-band, multi-frequency exciter stroke saturator stroke distortion plugin almost. So let me show you around the plugin quickly. We have our on and off control, nice big bright LED. We have up here an HQ function, which basically makes the plugin less thirsty on your system. Engaging high quality mode, HQ mode, puts the plugin into oversampling, so you get better quality out of it. The question mark is obviously takes you straight to the manual. We have our input control and our output control, a nice big meter to show what's going on. And then down here we have this mode feature. Now, I'll come back to this in just a second. We then have 4 different frequency bands which allow us to drive a certain level of saturation, and obviously if you push saturation too far it becomes distortion. Mix control, so we can kind of fade in or fade out, parallel compress or parallel saturate if you like. And then we have our 3 modes, AMN or American mode, VIN or vintage mode, or EXT, extreme mode. Now, has to be said, I'm not a great fan of the extreme mode because a lot of what I do is trying to sound real and sound clean and lovely. But if you want to drive, I think even in one of these drum tracks, I think I've pushed something into extreme mode. Yeah, there's quite a lot of extreme going on in that particular microphone track. So let's have a look at this up close and personal. I've put a copy of Excite across every single drum channel in this track. It's my normal drum chain. 2 kicks, 2 snares, hat, 3 toms, compression mic, ride, 2 overheads. I'm not running it through a drum bus in this case, so everything you're seeing and hearing is going straight out to the master channel. There's just an Avid Pro limiter in there just to hold things down to make sure I don't pop anything or make any nasty noises. So let's see and hear what this thing can do. We'll solo one of the kick drums just for now. And with the plugin bypassed, you can hear it's not a bad sounding kick drum. I'm using SSL channel strip from Waves on to get my main kind of drum sound. And I'll just take these all out to start with. Now, let me push in the bass. Now, if I choose, I can drive that up a bit. Not too much. Low mid, high mid, and the treble. So if I want to zoom in on a particular frequency, I can do. Go through the 3 modes of saturation. American, vintage, and extreme. Bypass it. It's adding some character, adding some saturated loveliness. Now, I said we'd come back to this mode function in the middle. And what the mode function does is it moves the frequency ranges of the 4 bands. So they've divided them up into kind of instruments and kind of rock kick, indie kick, metal kick. So, for example, if I change to metal kick now, that low mid becomes a lot lower, I think. As opposed to rock kick. Quite like that on the inside kick drum sound. Let's see how it responds with snare drum. So I've set up a rock snare at the minute. And I like the fact that each band, each of the 4 bands, can have a different saturation setting, if you like. I really like the fact you can use the 3 modes of saturation completely independently. So let's have a listen to this here snare drum in rock snare mode. We'll leave HQ mode on. Yeah, I quite like that. There's not too much going on in the middle. It's just a really nice plugin. It's a really nice plugin to be able to shape your drums and add a bit of excitement. Obviously, it's called Excite. A bit of character, a bit more life, a bit more kind of, just a bit more air, if you like, a bit more tonality to it. If I, for example, select the whole mix and bypass these, I'll play back and then I'll kick them in. Bypassed. Bypassed again. Now, you could, of course, say, yeah, it's just louder. It's giving us that whole psychoacoustic loudness thing. I've been quite careful to go through and tweak each of these so they're not changing the discrete loudness of each instrument. The one I'm particularly pleased with, if you like, is my compression track. Now, this is the one you can get really down and dirty with. And you can see here I'm using extreme mode on the low mids. Let me just play that back for you. Bypassed. Now you can see I'm compressing, not hard, but I am compressing that particular, I call it the comp mic, it's the compression mic, for exactly that reason. But now I like to dirty it up a bit. So I'm using extreme mode on the low mids. I could probably go even further. There's some lovely wobble in there that I really like. Too much there, but yeah, I really like that. It's a really nice addition to your kind of drum processing arsenal. Of course, it will work on any number of instruments. You don't just have to use it on drums, but obviously Drumforge, being a drum sample library company, have designed this to aid the processing of real drums and of sample drums. I think it works really well alongside other plugins like the SSL channel strip. I'm using the Kramer Pi channel here in smash compression mode, but I think Excite, really nice. I've started using it on a lot more of my drum mixes. It's just a really, really nice, really useful. It can be subtle, it can be really brutal and heavyweight, or it can just be damn right nasty. So nice one, Drumforge. We look forward to some more plugins, some more interesting and experimental plugins coming from you guys. Definitely one to watch out for. So I hope you enjoyed that. I've been James from Pro Tools Expert, and I'll see you again soon for some more gear talk.